This is a 21st century parable. God is the owner of a football team. Now, I don't want to put off supporters of rival teams, so I won't mention the team we're playing as here. But obviously they'd come from God's own county, and obviously they play in colours symbolic of Jesus' blood shed for us and his holy nature. So let's just imagine some team from Yorkshire playing in red and white stripes. Now, the owner of the team is God, so he could just miraculously produce the win, but he wants all of us to be a part of working towards that win. Whether we're on the pitch or on the sidelines, we all have a part to play. We have been given different gifts and different roles within the team, but we can only win if we remember this is one team and we play for God. To help us remember that, 1 Corinthians 12 starts with something repetitive, a bit like a football chant. It says, "There are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. There are different kinds of service, but the same Lord. There are different kinds of working, but the same God." Sorry about that. Anyway, we need to remember this is God's team, and 1 Corinthians 12 tells us we need to play together to see God win. God has given us different gifts, but Christianity isn't an individual sport, it's a team sport. Church isn't an individual sport, it's a team sport. Every team needs a coach with gifts of leadership. Every team needs a keeper, someone with administrative gifts to save us so we don't drop clangers every week. Some people are defenders, some have been given gifts to deal with problems and to do the dirty work for the team. Football is nothing without a crowd. We're not all called to run around on the pitch. Verse 9 talks about the gifts of faith by the same Spirit. We need people of faith who are supporters, who are encouragers, who will tell others to come along. Oh yeah, and verse 9 also says, to another, gifts of healing by that one Spirit are given. Then verse 10 says some are given the gifts of speaking in different kinds of tongues.
I mean, it's unbelievable. They parked the bus for 90 minutes, we're deep into Fergie time, and then he steps up, he rounds one, he makes another one, and he scores with the Rabona.
And the gift of interpreting tongues.
Yes, a very skillful goal at the end of the match.
And there are strikers, those gifted with a vision or a prophecy that moves everyone closer to the win. But gifts on their own are useless. A team relying on one skillful player is easily beaten. And we need to resist the temptation to want to play every position in the team. If you have been given the gift of administration, glorify God through that. If you've been given the gift of listening, glorify God by that. The team won't win if you try to do things you haven't been given the gifts for. And verse 10 says one gift is distinguishing the gifts. There is a reason why successful teams have one manager picking the team, and a reason why those churches where everyone wants to be in control of everything have big problems. Individuals have been given gifts. What gifts have you been given? And are you using them for the team? Are you satisfied using the gifts you've been given, or are you wanting more glory for yourself? Remember, there are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. So Christianity isn't an individual sport, it's a team sport. Church isn't an individual sport, it's a team sport. If we remember that instruction and use the gifts we've all been given as a team, then we will see real glory, and together we will see a win for God.